Art to me has been a very driving force in my life. It taught me discipline, it gave me a goal, it gave me direction where I wanted to go, and it changed my whole life. And that's what I want to do for kids, and that's what the foundation is about.
What a lot of people don't realize is that the blue dog is something that George invented out of thin air. It's not something that existed beforehand. The loup-garou, much like the boogeyman, is something that had no real image of what it looks like. So imagine if I gave a whole room of kids a piece of paper and crayons like we do here at the Foundation and asked them to draw the boogeyman. Well, they'd probably all draw something different. And the blue dog was the same way. So I think kids are really inspired by what George Rodrigue has created with the blue dog, because he uses his mood and his imagination to create things any way that he wants.
George's art is accessible, both to kids and teachers. It's not something intimidating. They can look at it, they can see what it is, and it inspires them in thousands of ways to make lesson plans, to make projects, to really make their own artistic style, because they see someone like George Rodrigue who's done this himself, and they can follow in his footsteps.
George, as long as I can remember, for over 30 years, has been donating posters and artwork to many charities, and I think that has led George to pulling together the George Rodrigue Foundation.
Well, when 9/11 happened, we were in California, and I painted a painting depicting the blue dog with all the blue out of the dog, and we did a print of it, and we raised $500,000, which we gave to the Red Cross. 4 years later, Katrina hit, and then we did some more prints to benefit the people affected by Katrina. And after 2.5 years, we raised almost $2.7 million. And from that experience, we started the foundation to be more professional about it and to really have a mission.
With the foundation, we advocate an arts-infused education system. We've seen the results of how well it can work in other areas of the country, and we want to bring that to Louisiana, where the arts are brought into every classroom in every subject.
So when George wanted to start a foundation, he wanted to start an arts foundation, and we weren't sure exactly how to get this done. I was doing some research and read this book by President Bill Clinton called Giving, which talks about how each of us can change the world. And that's where I came upon the Thea Foundation, which is an art foundation in Little Rock that we sort of modeled our foundation after.
And as soon as we really got into it with the Arkansas Education Foundation, we heard about other pockets of areas in the country that were also doing this arts-infused education system. It's where you bring the arts into every curriculum, every classroom. So it's not just an art class where you go and color on the side. It's made to be in your math classes, in your history classes, in your science classes.
When we think about putting arts in schools across the state as a reform model for schools, it can be really exciting because Louisiana is lacking in so many ways, and through the George Rodrigue Foundation, we're building awareness of that lacking, and we're also building excitement for the potential for the future. That these children who are raised in this wonderful culture, rich with music and culinary arts and the visual arts, are going to have the skills that they need to continue that future for our state as a cultural economy and just as people leading rich artistic lives.
After painting for 45 years, to form a foundation and teach art to young people is a real joy to my life right now.